Welcome to day 4 of the Spiritual Business Vision Board Party and Bank 50k in 50 Days Challenge with me, Iona Meade, here at the Soul Legacy TV, Spiritual Business Success with Iona. So welcome, well done for getting all the way to day 4. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, this is day 4 of a vision board party and a vision board challenge that I do at the end of the year, every single year, the second week in December at 7:30 p.m. UK time. So I stream on my YouTube channel and I go live and I share with you not only my own vision boards, but actually I challenge you to create your own spiritual business vision board and also bank 50k in 50 days. So just to give you a little bit of a recap of the vision boards that we've already covered. And so you may or may not have created your vision boards already, and it's absolutely fine whether you have or you haven't. And so on day 1, we talked about your life purpose and creating a spiritual business around your life purpose. Then we talked about health. Then we talked about emotions. And on day 3 and then today in day 4 we're going to talk about your environment. And for me, I'm going to focus on home and travel. You'll focus on your environment as you work in your spiritual business, online and offline. Then day 5 we're going to be talking about relationships. Day 6 we're going to be talking about spirituality. And day 7, what we are waiting for is financial freedom in 2026. So thank you so much for joining me. And for all those who watched live, great. For all of those of you who watch on the replay, still do comment in the comments down below. And so I'm going to share my screen and get going with this training. All right. So let me share with you about the vision boards, and we are going to be creating a vision board in Canva. So we're going to be creating some photo collages, and then we are going to create what I call a video montage of your 7 photo collages. So for each day of this spiritual business vision board party, we're going to create images focusing on each category, each of the 7, I call them 7 freedoms, each of the areas that we want more freedom in. And so once you've created pictures for each of those areas, then you'll have them on one page in Canva. And then, so essentially you'll end up with 7 pages. You'll screenshot them and then create a video montage out of them, and then play the video montage from this spiritual business vision board party every single day, morning and night. It'll end up being maybe 30 seconds, a minute or so, depending on how many pages, if you want to duplicate it or not. But it's a short amount of time, so you can't say I don't have time, but you're going to play it. And what you are going to do is visualize every day. So when and you're going to visualize on these different areas. So one theme each day, one area you're going to be visualizing. And today we're going to be talking about your environment. So I'm going to share with you my vision board from last year. I'm going to share with you what I've manifested. And I'm going to share with you what I've still to manifest on my vision board. And I'm going to share with you the journey about manifesting. And so some people are like, oh yeah, put things on a cork board and then go about your business and let them manifest. And you do let go to a degree, but actually for me, it's not that end destination of the vision board. The vision board is actually the journey, and it's been the journey of this year. And so what I want to do, and I'm very transparent, and so I've got like a bunch of sticky notes, right, that I've just purchased for this next year to get organized. And what I am going to be is very transparent as I do this vision board challenge and this vision board party for my spiritual business. I do it for me first, and I do it for my students, and I actually stream out on my YouTube channel. So I repurpose this vision board challenge and I offer some coaching around it. And so for some of you, you have purchased the online teaching portal that goes with this challenge. And for $7.77, I'll share with you links and different things. And then I will offer some coaching. And so 2 hours of group coaching on the 5th of January. And if you want some more coaching around your badass spiritual business vision board and you love it, then I will share with you how you can get some more coaching on this. When you create a really big vision for your life and your work and every area of your life, it can be overwhelming, it can be exciting, it can be all the things. So let's dive into the vision boards. And I was reflecting on my vision from this last year, and it really took me aback, actually, remembering where I was last year and listening to my previous training. And what I will say is tonight, I was actually going to do this vision board challenge, excuse me, earlier in the day, and then stream it out via StreamYard. I'm using StreamYard. Stream it out via StreamYard and go off and have some fun time with my daughter and my grandson. He's only 7 weeks old, and watch the Christmas lights. And I didn't actually get all of the stuff done. And I was like, no, let me show up and show up live. And so for those of you who have been on live with me throughout the week so far, I was like, okay, let me make sure that I'm here. Right now, nobody's actually watching live. And so there's a lag, and it's like, okay, well, somebody does watch live, that's cool. But I actually thought, no, let me make sure that I am actually live. I may stream these out next year, and if I do have different plans, but I was going to stream it out and say, do you know what, I can be in 2 places at once. But because I was watching my previous vision board from last year, and it took me to reflect all of the environments that I've been in over this last year, I was like, okay, I'm just going to sit with this one and really set those intentions and be more in alignment with it. So here I am. So I'm going to share my mind map and talk about vision boards. But what I want to do is go back to yesterday's vision board and just share with you the steps. I don't know why that's blank. Share with you the steps that we have underneath each of these days. And so underneath this video, YouTube video, and this is actually streamed out on Facebook today. So I've managed to stream it out, which yesterday it didn't work. But we've got steps for you to take as you participate in this vision board party. And also, I want to just acknowledge those of you who have commented on the video. Thank you. And so when you're watching on the replay of this, you can comment on the video, and I will see it, and I will come back to all of the comments. So I know that Whispers from the Realm was back for the replay and getting ready for the fresh snow. And you did, thank you for doing your emotional freedom rating. So we're rating our vibrational frequency, and that's really cool. And so the Dream Decipherer said, I'm intrigued to see what an emotional vision board actually looks like. And on that training, I talked about, on yesterday's training, I talked about the emotional vision board, and then I talked about the spending your vibrational money, and I'll talk about that more on Financial Freedom Sunday, because I don't want to confuse you in terms of feeling the emotions. What you have on each of your vision boards is what freedom looks like, and fun for the emotional freedom board, what that looks like for you. All right, so we also set lots of transitional energy at the moment, lots of changes, leaving me feeling a bit unsettled, but I know that end game, I'm getting ready. And what I did say to that, which I think is really important as a reminder for me and a reminder for you, is the energy shift and what seems like chaos that might unfold. She didn't say chaos, but for me, that's what I say. Seemingly chaos might unfold as you up level, you shed the old vibration, and that means things, places, people shed from your life. And if you are someone who hangs on to things, the universe will whisper to you, as Oprah said, and then it'll knock you upside the head. And that's happened for me many, many times. So when you're in places and environments that really are not aligned. And so that has happened for me many times over this last year. I'm like, wow. And so I talked about the miracle morning on that teaching yesterday. And Sheila said that I have that book, The Miracle Morning. It's a great resource. So if you haven't watched any of the days before you get to environmental freedom, it's not going to make as much sense. You can watch all the way to the end, but actually implementing and doing the vision board challenge, I would say that it's going to make more sense if you are participating in the whole vision board party. And I don't know why that's actually gone blank, but here we are on my YouTube. Hang on. So I talked about in day one of this spiritual business vision board party, about your life purpose. Then in day 2, I talked about your health. Yesterday was emotions. Today is about your environment. Then we talk about your relationships, as I mentioned, spirituality and financial freedom. I am offering group coaching. I'm also offering 50 one-on-one sessions by the end of January 2026. If you come after that, the way that you get a one-on-one session with me is if you inquire about working with me in my mastermind is automatically get one. And there's times in the year that I do this, and then I'll go to a group coaching VIP day rather than one-on-one. So it's not that I do it all of the time. So if you want one, there's no catch. Just I ask for a video testimonial. If you find value and if you want to continue on your work with me, then you can. So there's the tutorial about setting up the images and the Canva montage for your vision board party. There's my vision board video montage. And then here's next year's challenge. And so what I challenge you to do whenever you're watching this throughout 2025, 2026, the end of 25 and all of 26, is that you click to get notified for the next challenge when I go live, no matter when you do this, so that 1, you can join me live, and 2, you can share it as well and somebody else can buddy up with you. But I want you to hold you accountable for doing the Bank 50K in 50 days challenge. I'm actually following this vision board party all the way to the end. And I know that the teaching has been a little bit longer than 90 minutes, but it's just me just sharing and sharing with you what has been like coming through me. So I talk about, and I've been talking about the environment, and so the environment that I have created for you, I keep talking about this, is the Global Networking Hub. And so I'm not sure why my Mac is going really slow, but it is what it is. All of my windows had closed down. Earlier, I went to go unplug my lamp and I unplugged my Mac. So maybe it's just not caught up. I was like, oh my, every single window shut down. So it is what it is. So this is the soul-led community for soul-guided influencers. And so if you are someone, if you're an ambitious light worker, earth angel, entrepreneur, author, and you want to get your light work out in the world, you want to actually create your healing or your spiritual or your life coaching business, and is a badass spiritual business, and you want to connect and co-create and collaborate with a like-minded community who want to build their author and authority platform, you're going to love that space. It's not for everyone, but if you are building a badass spiritual business, you may as well come into a community where others are focusing on a similar thing. And so I say, and I teach about going out there and getting featured, being in environments where you're taking your spiritual business, your life purpose, to another level online, being featured on radio, TV, summits, collabs, magazines, etc., other people's retreats, hosting your own retreat, really going big and full out with your spiritual business, creating a badass spiritual business. And so to continue on this conversation, no matter when you're watching this, I hold a free monthly call on the first Monday of the month at 9 p.m. UK time. So come into that environment. It's an environment that I actually want to grow. So I've been talking about, and these are all at the end of this playlist, I've been talking about registering for my masterclass. And so these videos were taken off the enrollment pages on the soullegacyacademy.com. So this is the video for registering for my masterclass. All the links of what I'm talking about are down below the videos. And so this masterclass is called The Spiritual Business Book Marketing on YouTube and Bank 50K in 50 days. It's a free 4-hour live training. This video is not the 4-hour live training. It's an introduction into my online teaching portal. I have resources for you to help you build your spiritual business on YouTube. And so I mentioned that I actually wrote a book. So this masterclass goes with my book called Spiritual YouTubers from Scratch, a soul-guided influencer's compass to leverage your light work and lifestyle on YouTube, meaning that if you are someone who wants to be in the environment with your badass spiritual business and you want to write your book, market your book, I'm going to share with you how I can help you and support you, not only in writing your book, but marketing your book as well. All right. So inside my book, let me grab it again. Inside my book, it's really lagging, is, and I've been talking about this, is a free course. And so it's valued at $55. And I gift it to my readers. So there's a coupon code waiting for you in chapter 1 if you want to be in the space with me, reading my book and coming into my community. If you come to the masterclass, I will give you $111 value of Q&A for being a book reader and for that 5-day challenge. So I turn a self-study challenge into a live challenge, October through to April. I give Q&A on the first Monday to Friday of the month at 7:30 p.m. UK time. Now, I will be focusing on growing my community, growing my readership, or all those things. And the spaces, the environment, me creating about our spiritual business was about creating passive and leverage income streams, and then actually providing spaces and an environment for you guys to come and work with me deeper if you resonate. So that is that one. And then we've got my bootcamp. And I'll talk about this more on Financial Freedom Sunday. So my bootcamp is an environment that I created for you to build your author and authority platform. It's just going around. And so it's $555. There's payment plans of $55 to get started, and you can pay that over 10 months. There's a payment plan of $111 over 5 months, and there's a payment plan of $276.50 for a 2-part payment plan, or there's a full pay and you can body up and bring a body in. So those are the environments that I've been working on over this last year, which I put on my vision board to create about our spiritual business vision board, about our spiritual business. And I've managed it, I've done it, and I've done it, and I've had students enroll in it. And so next year, 2026, you'll see me going out there and getting featured, running ads, running Amazon ads, running YouTube ads. What I want to do is help you and support you in creating about our spiritual business yourself, and creating retreats, creating, writing your book, marketing your book. I made a vow when I figured this out, I would share it far, wide, and deep. And so the Bank 50K in 50 Days challenge is about visualizing your life purpose, and then visualizing looking after your health while you build your business, and then also your emotions, how you want to feel while you're building your spiritual business, and then the environments that you want to be in while you're building your spiritual business, the relationships that you want to build while you're building your spiritual business, there's the connection, the spirituality, the guidance and the downloads following that while you're building your spiritual business, and earning financial freedom while you're building your spiritual business. So that is why it's called a badass spiritual business vision board party, because I'm celebrating my own success, and I want to share with you. I've been called to share with you how to build a business, and I literally made a vow when I figured this out, I would share it not only far, wide, and deep. I'd never let anybody be outpriced who needed my services. That is why I say when you come to my free 4-hour masterclass, I gift you $111 Q&A. You will never see anyone out there that says, come to a webinar or a masterclass and I will give you money. Right? So my book is $5.55 on Amazon. I will grow my audience on Amazon. If you've got my book, please leave a review. That's another environment that I want to be on, and it helps me. And then inside the book is the $55 coupon code. So I give you more than what I ever ask you to invest. I always give at least 10 times the value that and that for me is a way not only to build a badass spiritual business, but it's also a way of never having money blocks, never thinking, oh my gosh, how can I charge for the money? And I know that all of you don't do what you do for the money, but we've established that our life purpose, our health, our emotions, all the things that we're putting on our vision boards need money too. And so I'm really grateful of the journey of manifesting what I have over this last year, but it's not all been easy. It's not all been rainbows and butterflies and unicorns and all things, right? It hasn't. That has come with dedication, focus. And to be honest, I haven't been as focused as I could be. because I've been figuring out and failing forward. So those are the things that are at the end of this playlist. So if you are interested in working with me, and what I love to do, what I love to see is actually, I love to see, let me just put myself on there. I love to see when money comes into my spiritual business, you know, when you go through those phases of self-doubt, like, will anybody ever want what it is that I have to offer? Who am I to offer my gifts in the world? Like, I'm gifted, but I don't know if somebody will want them. I don't, blah, 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 all the things. But when you actually set this up, and the way that I share with you to set it up is to speak to, serve, and sign up your high paying one-to-many soul clients, and do it in a way that you feel good, they feel good, and it's a win-win all around. That has taken me years to get to this point, and I'm like, wow. So I would say that the Bank 50K in 50 Days Challenge, I'm going to talk about the environments that you want to be in with this challenge. And so, do I have the Trello board up? I don't think I do. Let me grab my Trello board, and I'm going to dive into the teaching. But while I am on here, and I'm on here, and you guys are on here actually. Somebody is. A couple of people are on it. I want you to understand the vision board and what it is as we create these images, and as we have that spiritual business life and life work balance. And so on my Trello board, I give you a one-page plan, and I talk about this on financial freedom. But I want to talk about this because my Mac is running so slow. Apologies. I want to talk about this because this is the environment that I set to be in on my vision board, right? I set the environment to make sure that everyone has the links that they need. Everybody has the resources that they need. And I know that many of you are like, oh my God, Iona, one, you share so much, and two, you give a bunch of links. But that is me having freedom and feeling really good about my business. And when I'm sleeping or when I'm traveling, you guys can get what you need when you need it. If you're resourceful, is this not about our spiritual business? Vision board isn't for those of you who want somebody to do it all for you. It's for those of you who are ambitious and ready to be a badass in your spiritual business. And so I give a one-page plan on my free masterclass for you to download. It's one of the bonuses. And so I talk about aligning your movement, your message, and your money. So you've got a vision, a visual, maybe by now, if you've started your vision board. I know that some of you have said, I've started my vision board, Iona. It's like, yes, for your life purpose. This is practical. You want to put you on your vision board. You want to put some of the things that you're doing on your vision board. You don't just want, in my opinion, you do whatever you like, random images on. You won't see just random images on my vision board. You'll see so my website is the Soul Legacy Academy. So I put that on my vision board because that is part of my life purpose. That is where I'm going to deliver my life purpose. And here we are. And and there's so many bonus gifts and so many courses that you don't see just straight on the website. But for students, I'm always gifting, I'm always bonusing in whatever you need in order to make this one-page plan happen, in order for you to have a badass spiritual business and feel really good about it. So that is what this vision board party is. It's about leveraging your light work and lifestyle and building a life of freedom. And if you don't build your business model, so as your spiritual business model mentor, if you don't build your business model outside of just trading time for money, the one-on-ones, then it's not really going to feel like freedom, and you're not really going to have as much time as you could do, or as much energy to build your business. So this is really crucial. It's in tandem, the Bank 50K in 50 Days Challenge, with this vision board. So, and then I will share with you on my podcast, one, what I'm doing myself as I build my spiritual business. I love sharing, but also support you, right? For 50 days for free, right? And so whoever's on here, I don't see any comments. You can comment. Let me know where you are watching. Thank you for jumping on. And if you're new, this is going to make more sense. This is day 4 of this badass spiritual business vision board party that I do annually at the end of every year. I want to celebrate and I want to prepare for the next year. So this is me preparing for 2026 and really being laser focused and just saying, keep going, keep going. And my soul daughter, she says, F the mood and follow the plan, sir. And I said, F the mood and follow the plan, ma'am, because you might not feel like we talked about emotions. You might not feel like it. It might feel scary. It might feel overwhelmed. It might feel a lot. We talked about going up and down the emotional scale. But to be fair, this business plan is what I'm executing now, and I absolutely love it. And so it's giving me the freedom. It's giving me the freedom in my life purpose. It's giving me the freedom in my health because I'm not on all of the time. I'm not worried about things. It's giving me the freedom with emotions because you can see that I love it. I'm passionate about it. Everybody that I talk to, they go, I can hear your passion. I'm like, oh, okay. And so the environments that I'm able to be in when I go out and get featured or I'm traveling, the business runs itself. There's one thing that I will be putting on my vision board for environment and financial freedom is making sure that I've got all of my emails running behind this system. That's one thing that I haven't done. And by the end of January, it's like that needs to be done. So there's things that I've manifested, there's things that I've worked on, but there's still up leveling to that level of freedom. And I've got systems around this to build relationships over and over again. So I'm building a relationship with you watching me live, but also throughout 2026, this is going to be here, me building relationships. It's so powerful. So this one-page plan, again, the Bank 50K in 50 days challenge, the vibrational version, like we're building the vision. And then in the physical, we take what we've got on our vision board and we go, hey, let's build this life. Let's go on this journey. And hopefully you'll choose me as your spiritual business model mentor and your spiritual book coach for you to get out there and build this business. So I talk about marketing. And so I'm doing this right now, this in the middle, and my masterclass and my 7-day challenge. And so I have different price points on the back end of my business. And I want to just give it a shout out to one of my masterminders who is absolutely crushing it. I said that we had a call yesterday and we had a call early this morning. And results shared in the environment in Telegram. And I'm like, yes, this is what I visualize. And I said, last year, I didn't even know you. And she's like, no, not until like January. And you know who you are, shout out. And it just feels amazing to be able to celebrate that. You know, there's times when you're like, no, is this thing going right? Is this it? In fact, her result of what she's just done, and I'm not going to reveal it, what she's just done is better than what I've just done. And I'm like, what? Yay! Do you know what I mean? Because it's just absolutely epic. Like, take what I'm sharing with you and take it to the next level, because I've failed forward in order to give you what it is, these teachings. And so hopefully that will make sense. And I'm going to share my mind map with you, but I'm going to talk about the vision boards a little bit more. And so step one of this vision board party and this vision board challenge is to, and you'll see it underneath the video once the video is over, is to sign up for the homework, the replays, the bonuses, and get some coaching with me if you choose to. All week I've got these tiny little flies in this environment and it's really annoying. Step two is save the playlist for this challenge. And so it's on my YouTube channel here at the Soul Legacy TV, Spiritual Business Success with Iona. And again, it'll be here all year. And so I say, save the link for the Facebook group. You can come into the Facebook group. We know that Facebook groups are kind of just, I wouldn't say dead, but they are a bit. So if you want to be in there, that's fine. If you want to be in the messenger chat while it's challenge week, you can for the week of the challenge, and then I will shut it down. And then we'll move over into the Telegram group. I don't have the Telegram link here, but I do have it in the online teaching portal, and I do have it on the Google Doc that you can request to get access to. I've got a statement down below, or I will have a statement down below on the other days, and once this is over, this will be down below for you to commit to living an intentional life and following the nudges and the downloads. When you get all the way to the end and you create your vision boards and you're playing your video montage, the universe is going to conspire to give you what it is you need, the people, the things, the places, the resources to manifest it. Now, manifestation, yeah, well, I wish that the door would open by itself. I'd just sit here, the door would open. No, I don't wish this, but when we think the door would open by itself and everything on my vision board would just come in, like that's not the way that manifestation works. It happens over time because we've got 7 vision boards and we're planning this out for a year. You can put dates, so you can think of, well, in the first quarter, I'm going to focus on this, and in the 6 months, I'm going to focus on this, and towards the end of the year, you're not going to have everything all at once and be overwhelmed, but you're going to have thoughts and feelings, and then you're going to take action. The universe is going to give you guides, spirit, what have you, however you feel it. You're going to get these certain nudges. Why can't I see any comments? Can you comment and make sure that this is working for me, please? That'd be really helpful, because there's 4 of you on here and I can't see any comments. So does it make sense? So I'll say, does it make sense? Does this make sense so far? So reading that post is about committing to taking those actions. So when, so you guys just drop off. Oh, really? And so when, don't lurk. The universe knows that you just lurked. So if you ever come back here after just dropping off, the universe knows that you just lurked. So you're going to take those actions when the universe is giving you the thoughts, the feelings, what have you. Commit to following through. Oftentimes it's like, well, I want this, but it's scary, or something feels a little bit unrelated. But when you're going to a certain place or you're doing a certain thing, then you bump into someone or you have a conversation, follow the nudges, follow your intuition on a daily, right? I have no idea what that was. Step 5 is posting your vision boards. So you can post them in the Facebook group. You can post them in the messenger chat during chat week, but that will be closed down at the end of chat week, right? It's not very active, but for those of you who are active in there, well done you, because not everybody will follow through. You guys watching this, because I can see it tells me that you're watching, you won't necessarily follow through. You might be doom scrolling on the socials, come across it and say, oh, that sounds cool. Oh, let's next thing and the next thing and the next thing, not really focus. So this is a badass spiritual business. And so if you don't have a spiritual business, like, you really won't care. If you've got a spiritual business and a life purpose to fulfill, and you know that you want to receive the financial freedom so that you can have the lifestyle that you want, and stop saying that you're busy and you don't have time and all things, or like you're overwhelmed or you don't know what to do and you want passive and leverage income streams and you may do it one day, this vision board challenge is going to change your life. It just is that simple. And it's not me, it's the universal laws and you setting intentions. So if you want to come and network and collaborate and cross promote and connect with like-minded, ambitious spiritual coaches, earth angels, authors and entrepreneurs doing their light work in the world as soul guided influencers, then I have a hub on the Soul Legacy Academy, and you can come into that environment. And I'm sharing about the environment, and I'll share more about this on Financial Freedom Sunday. This was me creating the environment for you. Not everyone will follow through, and not everyone, I'm not for everyone. Some people are like, oh, she's just long. She talks so long, she's going off on a tangent. Let her just get to the point. She shares so much, she's blah, 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 blah. That's how I might sound to some people, right? And I talk super fast, so it's like, oh my gosh, slow down. I always say, listen to me on a faster speed if you're watching on the replay, but people say they can't because I talk fast anyway. But if you want to, 12 times in the year, I've got an environment that continues on this teaching and creating a badass spiritual business vision board. I'm not somebody that puts out just content and says, oh, well, watch this video, then go watch all my other videos, and go watch all my other videos, and go watch some more videos, and go watch some more videos. Makes no sense. And then we say we've got no time. Like, yeah, because we're going on the reels, on the TikToks, on anyway, right. Just be mindful of the environments that you're going to be in for the rest of 2025 and 2026. All right. Just be mindful. And nobody has commented yet. So let me know that you can hear me even. I'm hoping that my mic is even on. Is my mic on? I didn't even check. I don't even check. Normally somebody said something by now. And if you don't, that's fine. But yeah, if that was the case and I'm 34 minutes in, I would be devastated. But there you go. So let's recap the vision boards that we've done so far. and I will create my vision board. I've talked about my contribution. So if you've started your vision board, what have you got on it so far, and what have you yet to put on it? Do you have a book? Do you have a YouTube channel? Where do you want to be on the socials? Where do you want to be online, offline? Who do you want to fulfill your life purpose? Who are the people that you are here to serve? What is it that you actually want to do? And what is the way that you want to do it? For your health, like what kind of exercise, how much sleep, like what do you do to keep yourself healthy, right? What do you read? Where do you go? Or what do you want to do, right, to keep yourself healthy? For emotions, how do you want to feel? So how do you regulate your emotions? So for me, I've got on here just feeling that joy, high vibration, love, obviously. If you've not ever read the book, Whatever Arises, Love That by Matt Kahn. So it's an amazing book. Happiness, EFT. I use a lot of EFT tapping to release those emotions. And then I've put things on my vision board, the emotional scale, but I put people. That's my daughter and my granddaughter and my grandson. We've now have another 2 additions in our family, so I need to put them on there. But this is my daughter and I just chilling out. And these 2 games are, because I like fun. If something's not fun, I'm not doing it. That my granddaughter and I were playing like on our iPhones, right? And so it's just simple things for me. It's not like really extravagant. I'm going to do my vision boards over. And so when I said that I'd say what I've manifested and what I haven't. So for this, pretty much all of it's going really, really well. Obviously, I've not got the silver play button, but that wasn't intended for the year. So I have done these things, all of the things on my vision board, and they've come about in a really miraculous way, actually, which is really cool. For health, sometimes I drop off. For the most part, I've done this. I've got training for a gym, to be a gym instructor and a personal trainer. I haven't done that. I've started it though. And swimming, I did do some of that as well. And what else? And I do tapping. It's like, yeah, I've been doing not as many fun things. I could have gone out this evening. I was like, no, I'm going to show up live. And I thought that everybody would be showing up live and commenting. And what this has just shown me is I could have gone out with my family and then given you this on the replay, because there's a problem with commenting anyway. So I could have done that, and that was going to be the plan. And this is the universe saying, I know nobody was going to comment anyway. They might watch you, but they weren't going to comment. So you could have gone out with your grandbaby for the first time that he saw the lights. He's probably sleeping. And I paid for it as well. But I was like, no, I'm going to honor this space. And here I am, staying true to my word. So Caribbean cruise for Abraham Hicks, I did not manifest that. And do you know what? I opened my windows before I came on here, and it shut down on me. So I looked up the Abraham Hicks cruise. I don't know if you guys know who Abraham Hicks is, but I did look up the cruises and see, oh, well, where I want, not Abraham Lincoln. Do you see that? And then this is going to go slow, isn't it? Abraham Hicks cruise. Abraham, hang on, Abraham. Are you guys familiar with the Abraham Hicks? Let me see. Hicks cruises, 2026. And so, so I went on here, and they've got a cruise in the Caribbean again, but the dates don't work. So when you're doing your Badass Spiritual Business vision board, you'll see what dates and different things. Like if I want to purchase this, I would use my vibrational money. And so it's a Southern Caribbean cruise. That date is not going to work for me because I'm doing my co-author book series. Then they've got a workshop. I want a cruise. And so this cruise, I'd have to inquire to see if that would actually, I could get it to work for me. Meaning that I do have my challenges and different things at the beginning of October. However, I could possibly, so I'm going to put it on my vision board anyway. And see, so that didn't manifest because I just didn't do it. Airbnbs, Spanish, I was learning Spanish. I signed up for a retreat program, which I'm going to share. You might want to do retreats in Thailand. Didn't get to Thailand yet. Barn conversion is on its way. I firmly do believe that it's on its way to me. I'm not living in the barn conversion yet. So there's things that I've got on for like longer than 12 months, co-working spaces I was in, etc. But when you and a digital nomad visa and stuff like that. So this, when you put things on your vision board, and so I will add things to my vision board, but the things that I haven't manifested yet, I will keep on my vision board, right? And so what you want to work towards. So when I showed you all of the business, that's the vehicle for my barn conversion. That's the vehicle for when I'm out and I'm in Thailand. That's the vehicle for. So sometimes it's like, yes, we've got the badass spiritual business vision board and we've got goals, but unless you're executing on the business, your light work, your lifestyle depends on your light work. That's what I believe, right? So where do you want to actually be, and what do you want to do in 2026, right? What environments do you want to be in? So I was in co-working spaces actually in my hometown, and last year before I went back to my hometown, which is Leeds, I was looking up co-working spaces and I found a couple which were really cool. And as I go and travel around the world, I actually want to be in many co-working spaces. I think it's cool. You can stay in an Airbnb and just be in there, but it's really nice actually to be around, not like it's the people, but just a different vibe. So I will put co-working spaces. Actually, I would say that my other masterminder, she just celebrated a massive win and a massive manifestation as well, but a physical manifestation. And it's like, yay, to do with working and her work and different things. And so, yeah, 2 massive wins over the last couple of days, which is fantastic. So retreats, you may want to run a retreat, you may want to attend retreats. I absolutely do want to attend retreats. I've never actually attended a retreat. I'm going to host a retreat and a virtual retreat and teach about retreats, but I've never been to one. So I'm going to go to as many as I can all over the world. And then I can share with you guys, about running retreats. So as a retreat planner, I think that's a really good strategy. And so, so I signed up for a retreat training from Sherry from Wanderlust, Sherry Rosenthal. It says, get our profitable retreat formula free training video. And so she's been in the business for years and years and years and years and years. She says, want to fill your retreat with a promo calendar. And so she gives this promotional calendar and then she gives training on it. And there was something else that I wanted to actually click into. Hang on. It says about working with us. So you might have, there's many people that I know have heard of Sherry and gone into her Facebook group or gone into her retreat made easy 7-day challenges. I think she's doing them annually, which are pretty cool. So you've got the webinar to learn about this, and how this actually manifested in my life was somebody who had done a retreat with somebody else who I almost featured on my summit. They were referred to me and I didn't end up doing it. But years and years later, somebody who had run a retreat with this same person, really weird, and a black lady, and she'd said, oh, I'd like to run a retreat with you. And I'm like, why? Like I'd never said that I was running retreats. And I believe it was because of the marketing. Because when I said, oh, well, if you get 10 people in, I get 10 people in, we're good. I don't believe that she knew how to market. So she's like, oh, yeah, I'm not really going to bother. And I'm like, why would you reach out to somebody, say you want to do a retreat, then they agree. And then it's like, well, if you get people in and I get people in, we're cool. And then say, oh, no, that makes no sense. So that was dodgy, but it's fine because it led me to Sherry anyway. And the retreat blueprint and program. So if you want to run a retreat, so many of you do. And so when I was doing my group back in late 2020 and 2021, I grew the Spiritual Business Woman Network to 1,200 members in 12 weeks with my co-producer. There was 900 people that came in from a Facebook post in a particular group, and so that I'd posted. And so she was going to bring in the retreat planning, and everybody was so excited about it. But I said, go for it. But what I realized is now going and signing up for Sherry's program, the legals and the different things that you have to be aware of. like she said, this bonus for the legal forms, it's huge. You know, even featuring at somebody's retreat, there's different things that you need to know. And I'm like, wow, it almost put me off. It did put me off for a bit. I'm like, oh gosh, you know, really knowing what it is that you're doing. So this is a good chunk of change. You can see what the price point is on there. And she has payment plans and different things, but I will run my own retreat, but I also will help my students in my mastermind plan their retreat. So I'm really looking forward to that. They're going to be guinea pigs for me. And so that's some of the environments that I want to be in. I think I've got my Facebook group. So if you're interested in that, learning, so I'm going to do virtual retreat planning first. And so I've got this group that I created last week. Oh my gosh, hang on. Why would Facebook do that? It's just really wonky. So anyway, I will do that, and I'll probably put it in my online teaching portal as well as an upgrade. But I am going to teach virtual retreats. I'm going to teach it for free, and I'm going to have an upgrade of Q&A. So let me go back over to here. My Mac is just running a little bit slower than usual because I unplugged the socket before I came on live. And again, you're on here and I can't see any comments. So wherever you're commenting, if you're commenting on Facebook, I should be able to see it. It's only streaming in 2 places. Actually, it's also in my online teaching portal. So if you're in there, I literally can't see your comments. So you can come back to the YouTube video. So yeah, if you want to be running a retreat, I think it's really helpful to learn from people that know what they are doing. So I wanted to learn from Sherry and her team. She's got a really great team. And so my Mac is stuck. And so I signed up for the promotional calendar bit and downloaded it. And basically they say that you take a year out before you do your retreat. So when you're promoting it. And one thing that I did learn was on the retreat training was that you have to know who it is that you're speaking to. And that's what I start with teaching anyway, knowing who you're speaking to. And so many of us do not. And so I teach that in my bootcamp. So when you are, and I'm not talking about the retreat now, but when you're doing the retreat, the way that they teach you, or at first they said about getting on a one-on-one call to enroll people into your retreat. And so I teach to give 50 breakthrough sessions that serve on my one-page plan. And the higher price point on for the bank 50K in 50 days, it's not even going to, my Mac is going really slow. On the one-page plan on the higher price point, that includes a retreat if you want to. So if you follow my model, you're going to get people that are interested in different levels and different price points of your business. Same services, but different price points. Did you see that? It just shut down, so I can't show you it. Anyway, this, as I talk about environments, I want to talk about homes. And so for me, it's a barn conversion. And so I have a look and see what barn conversions are available, where I might want to live, how much it actually costs, how much it would be for a mortgage, how many years, how many blah, 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 all the things. If you want a new home and you're happy with your home, fine. But if you want a new home and you're like, but what home would it be? Where would it be? How much would it be? How much would you actually need to earn? And what would you need to offer in order to have that? That's what I've been working on, the back end of my business. And I absolutely love it. The environment that I want to be in and settle in. I'm 52, like that forever home. And so Airbnbs are, I just love Airbnbs. And these ones are in Thailand. And I want to experience, I plan to experience like a hammock. I love a hammock. A tree house, different places, like different villas, different environments, yurts, all kinds of boat houses, loads of different boat houses. Is it called a boat house? Anyway, yeah, but barges, whatever it is that you want to actually. They used to have the homes at the top of here, but I don't see them now. They used to have like all the types of property, house, flat, hotel. They used to have lots of different ones. But anyway, whether you want to be by the lakeside, whether you want to be blah, 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 wherever it is, they do the different homes. So you'll add filters in, I believe. Where's it gone? So you'd add here, you'd search, and you'd add a filter in, and you choose your dedicated workspace, the entire home, the bedrooms, the aircon, the blah, blah, blah. I don't see all of the features that it used to have, so I'm not sure why Airbnb has changed. But anyway, I was saying that on my vision board, I had the Airbnbs, and when I've gone to a beachfront, that's right up my street. When I've gone to go and visualize the different Airbnbs, then I can visualize myself like laying in the hammock, like being in, like seeing that site. I can feel the feeling, like I would, visualize myself laying in that bed, and feeling the materials, feeling the breeze, all the things. Like maybe not that particular home, but one that you actually want to stay in. If you are not really great at visualizing, once you actually do something and you take pictures, you have to train yourself to be able to visualize. And so depending on what kind of home that you like or where you want to stay, I don't personally like dark wood, but I can visualize myself walking with the bare feet on, with my bare feet on the wood, blah blah blah, looking out, doing the things, having conversations, who you'd be with. And so feeling the shower, like feeling that shower head in my hand kind of thing, if that's the place that I wanted to go. Visualization is just an epic tool to help you believe that you can manifest what it is that you want to manifest. And so part of this vision board challenge and the Bank 50K in 50 days challenge is spending your vibrational money on the things that you want to experience. So my journal, the Soul Legacy Journal, gives you £1,000, dollars, euros every single day. If you've not watched the previous days, this is going to make more sense, and I'll give you your homework. But say I wanted to go to this particular place, and then I would pick the date, say in the year, and then I would see how much that was, and I would spend my vibrational money on that. I would actually say check in and see how much it is, and kind of do a let's pretend on that, what the insurance would be, and what you would pay, etc. All right. And so just really visualizing yourself. And so if you've got something like that on your vision board, you don't have to feel a lack for it, because you're going to spend vibrational money. And again, if you don't know what the vibrational money voucher is, I'm going to show you that on it within my online teaching portal. Hang on. So we've got the vision board. Hang on 1 second. I can't find it. Hang on. There we go. So if you want the homework and all the links and the resources for this vision board party, there's an online teaching portal. And inside of here is the homework and the Bank 50K in 50 days, the voucher, the money voucher, underneath the welcome video. And I give you £1,000, my Soul Legacy Journal, which is here, gives you £1,000, dollars, euros every single day. And we journal about the experience. So say if I was going to that Airbnb, I would journal about that experience. I would journal about who I am, and speak it into existence, and I would put it in present tense. And if you don't want to spend this vibrational money voucher every single day, so if you have £1,000 or dollars or euros every single day for 7 weeks, 50 days, then you bank 50K in 50 days. Excuse me. But if you type 10% to a worthy cause, that means you've got 900 to spend. So I would have enough money to do that experience in Thailand for 5 days. Now, if I wanted to do something else, or I wanted to buy suitcases or clothes or travel or whatever it is, then I might wait and carry over the money to the next day or the next day until Sunday. And then you've got to spend all of that vibrational money. And then you start again with the next 1,000 on the Monday, and it's 7K every single week. There's rules around spending this vibrational money voucher on your vision board, and the environments that you want to be in is all the bills are paid. So you don't spend it on bills. You don't do savings other than what I've explained, and you have experiences. So you type that 10%, and then you just have that experiences, and you actually just feel it. And so that's the vibrational world that we do the Bank 50K in 50 days. And then in the visible world, I invite you to come to my Trello board, this one that shut down, and be a student of mine. And I will give you and the business model to be able to create a business where you can visualize yourself actually banking 50K in 50 days and take those steps towards, I don't know what this Trello board is doing, take those steps towards it. All right. And I do believe that this whole live and no comments whatsoever is because I was supposed to be out with my daughter. And when she hears that there was nobody commenting or what have you on the live, she's going to be saying, see, mum, because people came every single day. And what it is following through and all the way to the end and watching the replay. But when you've got, you can ask questions, different things, it's more valuable. So the environment where you're running a retreat or you're creating your program and you're creating them as self-study, where would you be online? Do you have those places? Do you have the links? When I get on a one-on-one spiritual business book and course creation breakthrough session, and I ask people, I have an intake form and I ask for your links to all of your social media and different things, and what services you offer, what price points, and usually the goal, the income goal, the way that you're positioning yourself and the price points do not match with that overall goal and that overall vision, right? And so what I want to do is support you in creating that, not only the vision, but actually executing on this. And so then when you have the money, you can pay for those environments for real. All right. So let's go to the mind map. And I've been sharing this mind map all week. And what I actually did was end up deleting day one. And so I have to sort that out after this vision board party. So spiritual business. And if you are new and you haven't watched the other days, what I have been sharing is how to launch your day, lead your day, and leave your day, how to build a legacy, and how that every area of your life is interconnected. So we're breaking down your life, living an intentional life, and then putting it back together with an amazing vision that is in alignment with your values. And we're raising your vibrational frequency every single day to be in alignment with that vision. So you've got a vision for your contribution, a vision for your health, a vision for your emotion, a vision board for your, so a vision board for your contribution, vision board for your health, a vision board for your emotions, vision board for your environment, which is what we're doing today, a vision board for your relationship, vision board for your spirituality, and a vision board for your financial freedom. And so you don't leave any area out. And what Abraham Hicks talks about is that if one of your areas like money is clogged, right, you're not in flow around this area, then it's likely that that it's clogging up the other areas. But it's same true for if you're in flow with other areas, like emotionally, it can have that impact on the other areas of your life. And so sometimes when we focus on one area and we're like kind of beating it to the ground, so if every day we focused on money and you're in resistance, that means your whole vibration is about resistance. Whereas this way, when we focus on every Monday on your contribution, you're releasing your attachment and you focus on the other areas. You're just focusing on your contribution 4 times in a month, depending on how many weeks are in the month. And then 4 times in the month, you come to your health. So you're releasing any attachment and you're allowing for different things to come in. You're reflecting on each area of your life throughout the 7 days of the week. So Mondays is contribution, health is Tuesdays, emotions is Wednesdays, today is environmental freedom Thursday. So when you look back on last Thursday, where were you? Who were you with? What were you doing? And then throughout 2026, where do you want to be? And what do you want to be doing? And who do you want to be doing it with? And so we bridge that gap. So we bridge that gap in the physical, but we bridge that gap in the vibrational world as well. So yes, you put your images on your vision board, but if you don't do anything at all, so say you want to run a retreat, I want to run a retreat. Everybody says, I want to run a retreat, or they've run a retreat and they've not monetized it or what have you, because they didn't really know what they were doing. And they probably did some stuff that was not in alignment with the regulations and the laws and the legals and stuff. And so it put them off. And so if you want to run a retreat, how are you going to get people on that retreat? What is it that you're going to train on that retreat? Where is it going to be in the world? When is it going to be? What are you going to charge? What is it going to cost? All the things, right? there's a lot more to it than, oh, I want to run a retreat. It's like, do you feel like a retreat leader? When I teach for the planning of a retreat, I will do a virtual retreat first, and then one of the things that I realized was that it wasn't that I wanted to be nailed down like a job running retreats all over the world. There's one in Dubai and one in Thailand and possibly one in Spain, because I want a holiday home in Spain. But it's more about where I want to be. I want to travel. So doing a virtual retreat, and if people want to come and you want to hang out on the beach with me, great. Let's do a beachside gathering. Like, it's not that I want to be just teaching all the time. I actually want to relax and go to different places. So I set my business up in that way. So this wheel represents all those areas of your life. It also has a world in the middle of it. I don't know if you can see that very well or not. There's a world in the middle of it. And so the world, in the physical world, that's the physical environment. But whatever's going on in your physical environment really is not really that much of your business. That your job is to focus on the energy, right? And so when your energy, your mind, that shifts, your physical shifts. So when your vibrational world shifts, your physical world shifts. It's not the other way around. And so it's the internal stuff that affects the external stuff. We know that. However, we often look at the external stuff and what's going on in the world at on a larger scale and say, oh my gosh, they're doing this, they're doing that. And we're focused on, he's doing this over here, he's doing that over there, she's doing this over there. People around us, like people in power, all those things that we don't necessarily agree with and they're not in alignment with our values. We're so focused on them. We're so focused on the darkness, not focused on our own light and bringing that transformation and actually just making our difference in the world. Like, I'm in the bubble of making my difference in the world and it's working, right? I'm not pushed and pulled. I can't create from that space. So the visible world is not really any of your business. What your business is to elevate your vibrational frequency and rise and reside at what I call the intentional living codes, that cheers to financial freedom frequency. So the cheers is an acronym for this wheel. C, contribution, H, health, E, emotion, E, emotions, environment, even our relationships, S, spirituality, and F for financial freedom. And so that acronym of that cheers, it's like a cheers to life. And so when you raise your vibrational frequency, you rate between a 1 and 11. And the 11 is being guided by your North Star, soul, spirit, whatever you want to say, higher self. And yes, you are in the world, but vibrationally, there's a part of you that is connected, right? Source, what have you. And so we're all connected. And so the 11s is that gateway, and knowing that actually this outer layer, this black rim, is when we've gone through a spiritual awakening. So yes, we are in this world and we are here to have a human experience, but we are souls having that human experience in this environment. And your soul is not bothered about all the things that the humanness that we get bothered about, if that makes sense. I know it does. And I know you know, but living in that way is different. So what I want you to do is think of your light work and your lifestyle and see the vibration that you feel, how balanced you feel. That spiritual life and work balance in alignment with your vision, your values, and raising your vibrational frequency. So the way that we rate our vibrational frequency, and I mention this every single day, and my code, my intentional living code today is, I can't believe you're on here and you're not commenting. Are you kidding? Mine is, out of 11, it is 10. Why can't I see the comment? I think it's faulty. So that's just weird. So emotional freedom Thursdays. So we did environmental freedom Monday. So I'm just going to do that now, so you know. So you're going to rate your vibrational frequency every single day. Contribution freedom Monday, mine was at an 11. So what you will do is rate your vibrational frequency every single day, and then add the scores up at the end of the week. So I can't remember what mine was on health. So health freedom Tuesday equals, I think it was probably about I think it was a 9. So we're rating our vibrational frequency every single day. So by the end of the week, we've got either a score of like 7 because we're at the lowest vibration, or we've got a high vibration of 77 or anything else in between. And so I give coaching on this. I give a 2-hour monthly coaching call called the 7 Freedoms Frequency Calling Gym. And what I want you to do is add up your frequency in your journal for the week. So you're rating your vibration, giving yourself a snapshot. Am I feeling high vibe today or low vibe? And if I'm feeling low vibe, why? And then what can you do to raise your own vibrational frequency? Because creating in funk is like not fun. And sometimes you might just feel the feeling. So you rate your vibration every single day. So contribution freedom Monday, health freedom Tuesday, emotional freedom Wednesday, and environmental freedom Thursdays. And then when we get to the end of the week, you will have a score of your vibrational frequency. It's just a snapshot. I've made it up. It works. It feels really good. And then you just get to assess, oh, this is how I feel, because the environment that you're in may influence how you feel. And the environments that I have been in have absolutely influenced how I felt. The people, which we'll talk about relationships on Relationship Freedom Friday, day 5, have influenced how I feel. And I've had some shockers actually with my relationships, and some letting go of some relationships, or lessening my participation in some of those relationships. And I know that some of those people would be absolutely horrified, but moving into 2026, very, very different, as in bringing in the people, one, that I'm here to serve, having a conversation with you, if you're willing to have a conversation with me, that'd be amazing. This is just, I haven't had anyone not participate in a really, really, really long time. And as I've been, and I'll talk about this on Relationship Freedom Friday, I'll talk about relationships and dating and people wanting to know what it is that I do, and sharing my YouTube channel and my podcast. And I'm like, no, because I'll have lurkers on my YouTube channel, random men from the dating apps, and that I haven't met. And so I'm like, no. And so that's how it kind of feels. I've got lurkers. We don't lurk. We've got a no lurking rule. So North Star values. My North Star values are being efficient and organized in my environment. What I would say is that I'd love for you to do your vision boards, post them in the group. All right. And so what else? I think that is it. Post your vision boards in the group. Decide on the environments that you want to be in. The environment that I want to be in, and I'll talk about this more for a relationship, is doing my media tour, taking my book on a virtual book tour and being featured in the media. Now, in the Global Networking Hub, the community that I said, you know, if you want to continue on with me, we have a hub where I share with you how to create a media kit for your book, or for our co-author book series, which my co-authors are sharing their spiritual awakening stories on all of these areas. And so we are going out and getting featured in the media. And so we might be featured on podcasts, on radio, on YouTube, on TV, writing articles on magazines and summits, and even a TED Talk. So if you would like to support for me writing, if you would like support for and help for me helping you write your book, sorry, I've got, my tongue feels a bit weird. If you want me to help you write your book, basically, then I can do that. So I wrote my book on Amazon. That's where it be. And I got it to #1 on Amazon in 7 categories in 7 days on pre-order. And I gave myself a year to write it. So in this environment, being on Amazon as a #1 best-selling author is pretty cool. But the way that I teach to write your book is to write it in a way that you bring people into your environment, meaning that I share with my readers my masterclass. I share with my readers all of the back end of my business. Robin forwarded my book. Thank you, Robin. And so I share my website, I share my YouTube channel, on all those things. I share the 5-day challenge that is inside this book that I gift. And so I want to be on Amazon even more, and doing Amazon ads. So if you spend your vibrational money voucher on the things that are going to support you, so yes, going out there, getting featured in the media, what do you actually need? and to travel. So for me, traveling around the world, etc. I bought this light, and this is the light that keeps popping. I literally got it, a couple months ago. It sat on my Mac, popped. I'm going to send it back. I got the USB port for my my desktop. I've got a big fat Mac that was on my vision board, but different ring lights that are here, and they're not that bright actually. But anyway, I got my daughter and Alexa. I got pens and a calendar that is here. No, I can't find it. Big calendar, like to plan out 2026. I got my grandbaby some toys, and yeah, where is it? Anyway, I'll show it tomorrow. But like a new diary, different things, like buying vitamins, different things, like what it is that when you're spending, when you look back at your spending habits, are they actually supporting you for your vision? Do they actually support you in the things that are on your vision board? I'm not saying I need these on my vision board, but what I do want to do is be organized and efficient. And so I want to say, well, okay, what is an organized me? What does that look like? Okay, well, then I need this and I need this. And I know that from experience. What I would say is, before we wrap up here, is talking about intentional living and the environments of how you work. And this is how I work. I layer my life. I layer my day. So as I've been building out my vision boards, and as you build out yours, when you put on your vision board, your contribution, your badass spiritual business vision board, right? And I have put when I will be doing this challenge every year. So there are all the details for my students to know, oh, here's the links, blah, 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 blah. And for me to schedule out. Now, I've scheduled my business out for 7 years, and people go, what? And I schedule it out for 7 years, and I'm committed to doing 7 years. And I've been saying that for a while, but it's locked in. I'm like, yes. So my contribution looks like this annual vision board challenge. And then daily, on my daily live, on my daily podcast, I'm talking about life purpose. And so you can come and journal with me. And then I talk about health, emotions, environment, relationships, spirituality, and my money goals. I'm committed to not only putting this on my vision board, but actually coming and speaking about it in public. So the fact that you're here is by no accident, but I'm sharing my life. You're watching me share my life, and you might be getting value, but I don't see you engaging. And so engage with your own life, because we only get so many hours in the day. And when I've scheduled this vision board challenge, I'm gifting coaching. So I have a 2-hour monthly coaching call for the 7 freedoms for this. And it's scheduled out for 7 years, literally, like it's on the calendar. You could go to my calendar and you could schedule it out. It's got a year at a time to December 2026, right? But there will be more times. I've just set the calendar to show you a year in advance, right? So the way that I say a badass spiritual business vision board and a vision board party is about me celebrating actually what I've done over the year. So my daily podcast, they're all organized. I've got my focus day for my boot camp and my orientation in my calendar. So there's no good as saying, well, I want to do this business, but you don't know when you're going to do it. You don't know how you're going to do it, all the things. And so I have Q&A talking about YouTube challenges versus Facebook challenges. This is a YouTube challenge. There's a Q&A if you want some Q&A around it, like how could you do your own YouTube challenge for 7 days on your YouTube channel to start off your YouTube channel? I'll share it. I share it in my book, and I share it in the 5-day course that goes with the book. I talked about, if you register for my masterclass on the last Monday of the month, it's a 4-hour training. I do it 12 times in the year, so 12 times in 2026, and it's free. And so if you come, you can get a Q&A that is usually $111, and people have paid it, right? So if you're a boot camper, a 5-day challenge member who's read my book, so you get that 5-day course included in my book, you get a coupon code for it. You come and get Q&A to get implementation support. So that happens October through to April, Monday to Friday. So this is literally scheduled out in my business. I don't have to touch it. And people go, oh my God, Iona, you've got so many links. Oh my God, but that's freedom for me. And I'm gifting you it. You can pay $111 for it if you like, but you can book it and we can talk about what you are working on and how you're working on it, right? And so then we have the community call that I'm sharing with you come at 12 times in the year, the last Monday of the month, and come and get Q&A, right? All year. It's scheduled out. There's an intake form to share a little bit about you. This is on the 5th of January and then every 5th of the month. And I've got this vision board challenge and a movement marketing media kit challenge, another YouTube challenge for people that are on this call. So I'm teaching, I'm sharing, these are free resources, etc. If you want to share your spiritual awakening story in our co-author book series, I've got a collab chat. There's one on the 19th of December, and then there's one on the 30th of January. We should have everybody in, and then we go, and the next year there'll be a call in for season 2. Like literally, like how will you contribute in the world the way that you want to. There's my masterclass the last Monday of every month, and we've got co-author calls, etc. I've got my mastermind calls here on the 2 middle Tuesdays and Thursdays of the month, and again they are scheduled out as well, 5 a.m. to 5 a.m. to 10 a.m. and 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. covering all of the time zones. And I was saying that my masterminds are in there, and they're getting wins, and I absolutely love it. I wasn't going to open up my mastermind, but the 2 people that I really wanted to work with, I opened it up. It's like, oh, here we go. So I'm really blessed. So that's my contribution. I've got my online teaching portal and the Soul Legacy Academy that goes with all of what I'm sharing. So in the physical world, I've managed to create an environment where you guys can go through teaching, and then you can come and schedule on the calendar with me. There's so much freedom in that. When I look back over this last year, I felt like almost like I haven't done that much. I've done a lot. And so how am I looking after my health? I'm going to layer that in, drinking water, and what I'm eating, if I'm fasting, all the things, my emotions, what I do for fun, how I'm going to have fun things in my life, for my environment, walking in nature. So you'll see this, and I'll give you more teaching on it in the online teaching portal. In fact, in the vision board, in the vision board online teaching portal, you can go through this. And so there's day 1 there of the vision board party, in case you missed it, in this environment, right? That's the replay of like a few days ago. And then we've got the homework, which I've got examples of my vision boards and all the links that I've shared on the lives, right? So I walk my own talk, like literally spend the vibration money voucher. We've got the masterclass in here all year, right? Okay. And then we've got the homework for the masterclass with the bank 50K in 50 days, etc. And then we've got the podcast for that day. So I will give you like literally free coaching on my YouTube channel for this. And I want to get to, integrating this. Hang on, let me see. Integrating this calendar in here is you living an intentional life, adding the calendars to your life. So when you're doing something, or when somebody wants you to do something that is you don't have time for, you look at your calendar and you say no. And so you start to schedule out your life. And so you're not on the socials in that environment, not getting paid, not focusing on your vision and living intentionally and not having that freedom. You are focusing on what you need to do, what you've committed to do on your vision board. And I do a whole entire training on that. This whole journey is what I call shifting from a poverty consciousness to a prosperity consciousness. And I did a 7-day video series. So this is not a new rodeo for me. Way back in, I don't even know when it was actually. When was it? I came online, as I mentioned, as the vision coach, makeyourownvisionboard.com. And so I have this series. So I was the vision and life purpose business coach. And this was 2011, right? And so this was actually released. I was releasing it on LinkedIn. And I was challenged to get 5 clients. And I was like, how am I going to do that? Anyway, I did it, and I got 5 clients on LinkedIn from a LinkedIn group. And I was doing this Prosperity Thinkers series. And at the time, I was going through a really messy divorce, ended up being homeless and going through bankruptcy. And I was listening to this training, my own training, moving from a poverty consciousness to a prosperity consciousness. Now, when we say, I don't have time, I don't have blah, 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 it's because we don't have the business that affords us time, or we've not set up a business that's going to give you your time back, right? And so I'm very relaxed. I'm not stressed. It's awesome. I absolutely love it. There's 100% got to be something wrong with this live stream, why nobody's commented. That is so weird. I've showed up live on purpose so I can answer the live streams. I want my daughter to come back and take me to the Christmas lights now. It's about half an hour. What's going on with my hair? About half an hour away, she said. So that is it. That is it. You're watching on the replay. Come live, like, or comment if you like. What is going on? What is going on? Is it me, or is it? Can't be the sound, surely. I've just gone a whole hour. I've enjoyed creating it, but what has been weird is being stared at and no comments whatsoever. Weird. Really weird. I love this environment. I love being in different environments. And somebody might be laughing at me going, Iona, I've been trying to comment. And that happens. Iona, I've been trying to comment. I'm commenting over here. I'm blah, blah, blah. Come over to the YouTube channel. Like, don't be weird. Rate your vibration, no frequency. Post your vision, but don't be quiet. And you're quiet like that, it's like, it's just weird. Post your vision boards. Get on with your homework and come to the calls. All right. I will see you on Relationship Freedom Friday. Take care. Bye.